Is All Elite Wrestling going to secure the hottest free agent in pro wrestling? Let's talk about it. Welcome back to Destination Pro Wrestling. My name is Tony, and today we got some huge news. We got a big update on the whole Kenny Omega and All Elite Wrestling. This is going to talk about some international TV deals, partnerships with other companies. There's a lot of things in regards to AEW. We're also going to give you guys an update on the situation between Dolph Ziggler and WWE. He was offered another big contract with WWE that he turned down. And we also got a huge update on the Mike and Maria Kanellis situation. So with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. Click that thumbs up button, leave a comment down below, and as always, follow me on Twitter at Tango with Ango. Alright, so if you guys didn't know, just about a week or two ago, Kenny Omega was at the New Japan Awards show. They were giving out awards for Best Match and all this good stuff. He obviously won an award. He made a little speech, and one of the things that Kenny Omega talked about was how he does plan on having big matches on an international platform. Now, of course, as you can imagine, right now the only two people that truly have a big international platform is New Japan and WWE. But now things have been getting a little bit crazy in the pro wrestling rumors world, and that's because it is expected on Being the Elite that Kenny Omega will officially be announcing his signing to AEW. But now there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of rumors going out there that Kenny Omega could very well be going to AEW, and when he talks about an international platform, the idea is that they could be building towards one of three things. So it's either an international TV deal, a partnership with New Japan and other companies between AEW and other wrestling companies, and the third one could be an international-based pay-per-view that AEW can be hosting. Now, as you can imagine, this is big news either way that you think about it, because if you guys haven't been following along, All Elite Wrestling has Being the Elite, and if you guys didn't know, the production value has really increased a lot recently, and a big reason for this is because Being the Elite is kind of like a TV deal without a TV deal, and it's accumulating thousands and thousands and thousands of views, which obviously Kenny Omega is still heavily featured in. Now, multiple sources, multiple people have come out and said that Kenny Omega is expected to sign with AEW, but we haven't heard it from Kenny Omega himself. Now, there's actually a storyline being played out on Being the Elite. Kenny Omega is the only one who can't find his phone. Young Bucks, Cody, everybody got the little message on their phone about AEW, but nobody knows what's going on with Kenny. Now, it is expected that within the next 2 weeks, Kenny Omega will in fact reveal that he's signing with AEW, and it's also expected that the international platform that they're talking about obviously is AEW. Now, there's also been some rumors that AEW could be working with New Japan. There hasn't been confirmation on that, so I could definitely see the international TV deal being announced being somewhat of a big announcement. Now, as you guys know, this hasn't been officially confirmed by All Elite Wrestling, but now people are talking because everybody wants to know what this international platform is. Now, there was rumors at one time that New Japan would be working with AEW, but then they were a little salty about Cody and the Young Bucks becoming competition. And I don't know how true that is. If you're New Japan, that's actually a stupid move because, well, you got to think about it. Ring of Honor probably doesn't do much for New Japan anyways. The G1 Supercard, more people are excited about it because it's New Japan being at the Madison Square Garden. Nobody really cares about Ring of Honor's involvement. And that's, this AEW promotion could very well make people care very little about Ring of Honor, especially if New Japan has that working deal. Kenny Omega being able to bridge the gap. There has been rumors about Okada signing to AEW anyways. Having these guys go back and forth between between Japan and the States for AEW and New Japan, I think it's going to do a lot of great things for both companies. And on top of that, it's going to give AEW a chance to really compete with WWE because they're going to bring in some names that are pretty big from overseas. Now, with that being said, none of this has actually been confirmed by AEW officially. So once we do get some official confirmations and more updates and more news, this is going to be the place for you guys to stop. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button because everything that's being talked about with AEW, we're going to talk about it here on the channel. And as always, I want to know your guys' perspective. I want to know what you guys think. That's what the comment section's for. I told you guys what I think. I think it could be really cool stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, on to the next story of the day. Dolph Ziggler again turning down WWE, and this time, guys, it's been reported that WWE made a bigger offer money-wise, a better role, a lot of things. They're throwing it all on the table, but it sounds like Dolph Ziggler turned it down yet again. Now, if you guys missed it on the channel before, we talked about Dolph Ziggler getting an offer from WWE to become a producer for their television shows, and it looks like Ziggler turned that offer down. And now it's happening again where Dolph Ziggler is turning down another big offer. Now, if you guys didn't know, Dolph Ziggler changed his name on Twitter to Nick Nemeth, and he's selling shirts on Pro Wrestling Tees, so it's obviously causing a lot of speculation that he could very well just be done with WWE in general. But now other people are saying this could be a very good negotiating tactic from Dolph Ziggler because WWE might be fearful for, AEW evolving into something big. Obviously, Dolph Ziggler is a good enough name, a good enough signing. It's a key signing for AEW. So this might be a situation where AEW, it might be like going back and forth. And maybe Dolph Ziggler could be using that as a way to get more money and more benefits for re-signing with WWE. I always thought Dolph Ziggler was a company guy, but he is known to voice his frustration online. And that is something that's always kind of been connected to Dolph Ziggler throughout his entire career. Although he's had some big accomplishments, these are things that will always stick to him. And reputation-wise, we could definitely get bought into the drama. But at this point, it's come out that he's rejected 2 big offers from WWE, and he might be wanting to focus on something else. And that something else could absolutely be his comedy career. There's been talks about Dolph Ziggler stepping away from pro wrestling for a while to fully focus on acting and comedy. And, if this is a situation where he's just very firm on not wrestling anymore, I can see Dolph Ziggler being very successful outside of WWE. I know some people might laugh here, but I do think he could be even bigger than John Cena, in terms of Hollywood. There's a lot of things that Dolph Ziggler is good at, and obviously he has really good charisma. He's a good character. He knows how to talk, and these are things that work really well in Hollywood. So that makes me really wonder, is Dolph Ziggler done with wrestling for good? Obviously, we don't know just yet, but again, this is a very, very big deal. Dolph Ziggler could be on his way out of WWE. We've talked about this before on the channel, but now it's happened again where he's turning down deals. So what do you guys think about Dolph Ziggler leaving WWE? Is it just about time? Maybe he should just go and be done with it. And do you guys think he signs up for AEW? Does he test the indie scene? I've always thought that Ziggler would be a good name for the indie scene, especially if he wants to focus on acting and all that cool stuff. This would be a good opportunity for him to kind of like wrestle when he wants, but do his live comedy shows. Whatever it may be, let me know what you guys think down below. And now for the final story of the day, we got a huge update in what's going on to Mike and Maria Kanellis. At one point, it was rumored that they were released. Then there was a rumor that they asked for their release. Then there was a rumor that they were perfectly fine. Maria Kanellis went on Twitter and was like, no, we love the WWE. Look, there's a lot of things happening in this situation, but WWE has stayed silent the entire time. And that is until now, when we find out through multiple reports all over the internet, Mike and Maria Kanellis are no longer traveling with WWE on the road, and they're not scheduled to be on the road for the future. Also, on top of that, they were going to have a Valentine's Day special in February featuring Mike and Maria Kanellis that is also no longer expected to air on the WWE network. It sounds like WWE could absolutely be pulling the plug on this duo. And on top of that, they're not doing much with WWE. So this could very well be another Neville situation in which they just no longer keep them on TV, no longer keep them on the house shows, and they're just going to ride it out until their contract ends. Now, if WWE doesn't release them from their contract, I don't think it matters if they do or don't. I don't think they're going to make a huge difference regardless of where they go, and that's that. There has been rumors for a while now that they were looking at going to Ring of Honor. There's rumors of them absolutely going to AEW. As much as I am a fan of Mike and Maria Kanellis, I don't see them as top stars for any pro wrestling promotion. I do think they fit in pretty well with WWE. I think there's a lot of stuff that could be done in WWE. If they're not happy with the WWE, I'm not sure if Ring of Honor and AEW and New Japan, I don't think these companies could really offer a good solution. As you guys know, it's not like they did, Mike Kanellis didn't do anything special, as Miracle Mike Bennett on Impact. So at the end of the day, what I'm learning here is very simple. It sounds like WWE is just done with this. I don't think they're invested into the character. I don't think they really have any plans to do anything, and I think they're just going to let them ride out the contract and let them go whenever. I don't think WWE sees them as big names for them to jump into another company like AEW. I don't feel like they feel threatened or anything like that. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. My name is Tony from Destination Pro Wrestling. More pro wrestling coverage on a daily basis. Make sure you guys click that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter at Tango with Ango. I'll see you guys next time.
You have reached your destination.